In this video, I'll be showing you how to clean up your background in Photoshop. Let's go. Hi, my name is Temmy coming to you from Genesis Studio. One of the most frequent questions I get all the time is how I get my background so clean and so neat, and that's what I'm here to address today. The first step to achieving this look will be to shoot on the paper backdrop. I get my paper backdrop from Savage Backdrops. I think they have the best bang for your buck backdrop. The quality is really good and you can just keep getting multiple colors, multiple textures. If you're looking to invest or purchase paper backdrops for your studio, go to Savage Backdrops and get you one. So I have my image loaded in Photoshop. I have color on a brown backdrop, really simple image, but we can see the backdrop has some wrinkles. That's what we're trying to fix here. Your first step will be creating a new layer. That will be Command J on Mac or Ctrl J on Windows. So that'll give you a new layer to work with. Your second step will be to select subject, which is just selecting your subject off the background. You can come here and do it, or if you go to the object selection tool, as you can see, that already even gives you a highlight, or you can just go up here and hit select subject. What this would do will just cut out your subject or your model off the background and give you a selection of that of that person. After I make my selection, what I always try to go in, zoom in, and make sure my selection is right. 9 times out of 10, the computer gets it right. But sometimes when the colors kind of blend together, or you have similar colors with the background and your subject, like we do here, or we might have some cases where it didn't select the right part. Like as you can see here in the leg area, it did not really select the leg as much as we wanted to. And what you want to do is grab your lasso tool. You want to hold on shift and then just make a selection out of where you want the selection to add. So what we are doing right now is adding areas that wasn't selected to our current selection. So once you do all of that, and you don't have to be completely precise, you can just make sure you're getting the areas you want to get. Let me go around. This all looks pretty good. And bam. Once your selection is fine, you go to select, modify, expand. And what this will do, I will expand by 5. What this will do, give you some cushion. As you can see, the selection just went off of the edges of the image. Give you a little cushion to work with so you're not selecting your model or your subject completely. I also like to add a feather to it. So I right click, feather, also feather by 5. So it will be an easy blend from the effect and your subject. Once you add your feather layer, what you want to do is Command J again to create a new layer. And what this layer is now is layer 2, which is basically our subject cutout. So if I hide these 2 layers, we can see that what we have is just a cutout of our subject. The next step you want to do is hit Command or Control and then click on that new layer. And what that will do is highlight your selected subject, right click, and then hit Select Inverse. So now what we just did is create a selection of the background. So your subject is no longer selected. What is selected is the background that we want to work on. Next step is going back to the original layer, click on it, and then select Command J. And now what you have is a copy of what we just selected, which is the new layer. So if I hide this and hide every other one, what we should have left is a copy of the background layer. And this is what we need to work. So selecting that layer, you can label these layers however you want. So I can let's change the name here. Let's call this background. Yep. Let's call this subject. And that's the original layer. So we want to go to our background layer and then hit filter, blur, Gaussian blur. This is what actually gives you the effect of having a clean background. All you need to do is just move this slider up to where you don't see those dirt or scuffs or marks on your background anymore. You don't want to overdo it. Like here, I feel like this is overdone because it almost feels too fake. So you just want to go all up and down on the slider till when you're comfortable. And basically that's Like right there is what I'm comfortable with, which is about 156. So this varies per image. This is not a standard. You don't have to follow these numbers. Your Gaussian blur will depend on the image and the texture of the background, okay? So once you have this, all you have to do is click OK. And now you have an image with a clean background. So if I hide that, what we just did was add that Gaussian blur. As you can see, it just cleans up that background nice and smooth. So I go back to my top layer and then I create a stamp visible layer, which is Command Option Shift E, which is Control Alt Shift and E. What that creates is a stamp visible layer that you can just work on. And now I'll go ahead and do my frequency separation, dodge and burn, to make this image really good. That's it. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, leave a comment, like this video, share. If you're not subscribed to the channel, kindly consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.